Good morning, Jim. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Thank you for taking my call. I'm actually a firefighter paramedic, and I do a lot of teaching. And I was at a hospital here in Ohio and was doing some teaching to a gentleman who was from Czechoslovakia. Said he immigrated here several years ago with his father and mother, and I would say he's probably in his mid-50s. And when I was talking to him, it was very interesting to listen to what he had to say about our current situation and the current president. And one of the things that he related to me was, in Czechoslovakia, it appears, I'm not just Ohio, but the country is turning just like Czechoslovakia. And of course, it struck me when he said a socialist country. And I just thought I would call and relay that to you, that not only are we looking at it, we have people from other countries who are socialist countries who are looking at this saying, why is America turning to socialism? It doesn't work there.
Yeah. Well, look, socialism puts all the brain trusts out there who can't make their way in life. They can't get rich by creating anything for their fellow man, so they've built a second ladder to the top, and that ladder to the top is government power, and they use that to harass, to intimidate, and to also rob from the people who have climbed the other ladder of success, which is you actually make something to please your fellow man, and your fellow man pays you for it.
That's kind of what he was saying.
Yeah.
Here he's worked hard as a physician. He's educated himself, and he said he has been a physician for the last 10 years. He said he just started making money about 5 years ago, and he said, here goes my money that I made. It's going just like it did in my old home country. And it really struck me to think that a gentleman from another country comes here to make a living, to live the American dream, and all of a sudden he's back in socialism again, along with the rest of us.
Look, there are more people who choose to be worker bees than there are people who choose to, and you can always get the worker bees. You can always make the worker bees feel better if you tell the worker bees that the reason that they're worker bees is not because they didn't have the gumption to do something else. It's because rich people have got something that they deserve and really belongs to them, and we're going to go get it for you and give it to you. It happens in socialism. It happens in group politics of all types. Now, I've told you that's not what white privilege is. White privilege is a mythical advantage attributed by liberals to white people to explain away the economic and social failure of their minority group politics. Now, and this woman and her husband put the lie to all that. First of all, they come from Nigeria. All right, these people are not just brown. These people are black. We're talking licorice black. So here they come. They land on the shores of the United States of America, and within a couple of years, he's a practicing doctor and she's a teacher. And she teaches in a black neighborhood where the black kids in her class call her an Oreo, a white woman in black skin. Now, setting aside that, let me ask you a question. What white privilege was it that stood in their way? Do you know why white privilege didn't stand in their way? Because white privilege is a racist myth generated by progressives and the proponents of group politics. White privilege didn't stand in their way. You know why? Because they didn't know about it. They hadn't been indoctrinated with it. Their minds hadn't been poisoned with it. They didn't have a mindset when they came to this country that to succeed was the white man thing, which was, of course, to be avoided at all costs. Folks, it's remarkable. It's sad, but it's a legacy of 40 years of a civil rights movement that's been hijacked by communists.